and good evening to you all. It's another episode of Let's Play, Make, Teach and Learn. We're going to be going over the bit of a project planning today, using some of the documents. And again, as you know, we're going through the Unity Learn courses just to bring us up to speed with how to use the Unity engine. We've gone through all of the basics and the essentials in using Unity, some of the coding, which will be really useful for us moving forward. Today we're just going to be going through sort of some of the project design documents, which I've downloaded here, checking out each of these steps. We'll mark them off as we go along. It's going to be more, rather than doing the sort of the work as it were like we have before, just going to be going through a lot of talking. I do have a cold. I was away for a couple of weeks in France with my backpack. Just went the width and breadth of France on my own with my music in, chilling out, just experiencing everything that it's got. And I think I caught a cold on a blinding night out in Paris, where I was out with a bunch of people there. And it was just brilliant. I got back to the hotel with the sun coming up. Anyway, yeah, less of that, more of this. So, what we're going to be doing is just going through it. As I say, a lot more talking, a lot more sort of just reading. We're just going to be fleshing out some of the core concept ideas. I don't have my pen for my drawing tablet thing. So, we're just going to be doing a lot of sort of drawing in this thing here. I don't know why that's come up, but whatever. So we'll just see how this goes. I've got a bit of music going on in the background. I used to have some sort of Spotify Connect thing, but it's gone, so you can't really see what's playing. But I just have this sort of YouTube chill playlist. Hopefully it doesn't get copyright. Not that it matters really. I'm not really earning any money from this. It's all just for fun and learning. As you know, we are learning as we go. We're just seeing how we get on, seeing what happens. So essentially, welcome. This is episode 2, season 2. Right. So as you know, what we're doing is we're creating a video game called the Vale video game, and it's for one of my friends who's asked us to make this for him. Let me just do a quick search for the channel. It's a cartoon set in Wales, made by a Welshman. Honestly, it's brilliant. Check it out. What we could actually do is watch one of the episodes from season 2, just to sort of bring us up to speed with the actual the series itself, and then carry on using that as the inspiration for what we're going to be doing. I'll explain. I've already sort of outlined what we're going to be doing as the premise. So I think today we'll start with this today. So sit back, relax. I'm going to mute the mic, mute the music, and we'll give this a little watch.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to Beaton. Happy birthday to you.
Right then, come on. I can see you're both dying to give me your presents. Come on, Tone. Let's have yours first, boy. Oh, cheers, Tone.
Thank you.
That's nice. Good present, Tony.
All right then, Sand. Come on, babe. Let's have yours then.
I hope you like it.
Sandra, he's fucking beautiful.
Well, it's all you've been asking for.
Who's an handsome boy? Fuck, I've always wanted a pet snake. Oh, it's something about them. They have this draw to me. Oh, thanks, babe. I love him. And you know what, Tony? You've made the naming easy by you, boy.
Wow. You're going to name him Tone?
I'm going to name him Chaz Kroger. Oh, I'm going to fill up by you now. Tony, go get the Viennetta and see if there's a little ramekin in the bottom of the cupboard for little Chaz by you. Who's that good duckle?
So to confirm, your meter install date is down for the 17th.
Of September?
Aye, 17th of September. Is there anything else I can help you with today, sir?
I don't suppose you have the winning lottery numbers this week?
Have a good day, sir. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, how's it going, Al?
You
know there's 38 calls in the queue.
I just got off one. Just having a whiff for a second.
Yeah, well, that whiff is eating into your allotted SAW time. Just remember, if it ticks over 28%...
Yeah, just the last call was a stressful one. Still getting used to this call centre malarkey.
Alan, what do we do here?
Take calls?
We provide gas and electric meters. Where I come from, I wouldn't exactly call that malarkey. When you go home tonight and you turn on your telly and you sit down with the heating on, keeping you warm and toasty, just remember what affords you that luxury.
Yeah,
Hold on, I haven't finished. What affords you that luxury is your standard single-phase electric meter and your U6 semi-concealed gas meter. So just remember that next time you go throwing around flippant words like malarkey, okay?
I didn't really...
Anyway, enough chit-chat. These calls aren't going to take themselves. Come on.
Hello, you're through to Welsh Utilities. You're speaking to Alan. How can I help?
Well, first off, I'm not happy. I've been a customer of Welsh Utilities for 22 years now, and I haven't had any offers in the post. I want to know what you can do for me to stay with this company.
Oh, but since I've had this new present, it's like I'm a new man. People are looking at me differently, Jock.
How do you mean different?
Like fucking... When I was driving in this morning, right, I had Chaz around my shoulders by there. And everyone was fucking looking at me as they were driving by, fucking judging me, the fucking cunts. It's like, you don't look fucking twice if someone has a dog on them, but if you have a fucking snake, oh, it's fucking a whole other story. If people can't accept me living a herpetological lifestyle, then so be it. Fuck the lot of them.
Fair play. Oh yeah, Pete, I was going to say, Pauline and I were talking last night, and she hadn't met anyone yet. You know, by anyone I mean you. Wanted to know if you and Sandra fancied having some dinner. You know, go out like.
What the fuck's Pauline?
Oh aye, yeah. She's my new missus.
Fucking kept that quiet. Fucking first I've ever heard of her.
Well, I was telling you the other week.
Yeah, but the way you said it, I thought it was just a bang.
No, man. She's alright, this one. Does a lot of cocoa, and she can't face a come down. Not like me. She's in one of them things, you know. How do you say it? Was a vicious cycle or something.
How old is she then?
25.
Hey, fucking nice bit of cash back by there, boy. Go on, show us a picture then. Fair play, Jock. She's alright, she is. Who's that of her fucking sister, is it?
No, it's her daughter. Prosecco, her name is. She just turned 16.
What, so she had it when she was 9? Fucking hell. It's got to be a fucking record, haven't it?
Well, she made it into the national papers. It was the 4th youngest recorded pregnancy in Wales. That year, anyway.
Fucking hell, Pete. Who the fuck do you think you are, then? Fucking Crocodile Dundee, eh?
He's my handsome boy, Blev. Didn't know you had a poodle.
It's not a fucking poodle, you cunt. It's a Yorkshire Terrier, and he's my mother's. She's in town having her hair plugs installed. This is Cornflake.
How was she, Blev?
Oh, she's been better, like. Ever since Dad died, Cornflake is all the company she's got at home.
Don't you live with her then, or what?
No, I just stay over some nights, see? Aye, but this dog is her world. Unconditional love for him, see? But anyway, I'm fucking off. See you cunts later.
Anyway, I forgot what we were on about now.
Oh, Pete. Where's that fucking snake wandered off to?
Oh, for fuck. Chaz! Chaz! Personally, I don't think even an army of Pikachus would do much against Tetsuo in that final form.
Yeah, but what about his abilities to electrocute him like?
Yeah, but he'd just melt and ooze all over them and just consume them into himself. What about that?
I know. How's this for an idea? What if we just stop fucking talking about shit anime for 2 fucking minutes?
Deacon, I told you what this was. Why did you even come here? You hate anime.
I'm just waiting for Tim to finish. I just don't get how you can hate anime so much. It's metal as fuck. It's not metal. Stop saying it's metal. It's all pink and cuddly and loud and annoying, and the animation is always lazy and terrible. I can go on.
Look, you can't just sit there and, besmirch anime like that.
What? You said we had to sit here and discuss anime. I'm discussing why I think it's a load of bollocks. You said this was all open and free for people to express their thoughts. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, free and open as long as what you say is positive and is, in line with what we agree with.
Whatever. I'm just going to have a kip. Wake me up when you all finish jizzing over Naruto.
Oh, what's he like?
Sorry, Sonia. He's just being him.
That's all right.
But yeah, anyway, I was coming up with recommendations of things to watch before the next meet, and I've decided to go with Ora no Pinasu Woso. Yeah, it came out this year, but you can watch them all online with a fan sub. It's really good. It's basically about this boy called Mike who's in high school, and this new girl enrolls, and she's like the first girl he's ever felt this strong connection with, but she has this boyfriend who's on the sumo wrestling team at school, so he has no chance. It's more like a drama sort of thing.
And let me guess, they're a giant fighting robots, or the main character has some sort of inner strength and has huge epic fights with mythical beings.
Deacon, not every anime has that stuff in it.
Is any of that stuff in it though?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
What's happened to you then?
Oh, hey Pat, you okay?
What the fuck is that thing doing in you?
He messaged me about joining up last night.
He ain't joining. If he's in, I'm out. I'm not sitting in the same room as that rust-coloured cunt.
Ugh, Deacon, settle down. He only wants to talk about anime with us.
He doesn't. I'm telling you now, he's a sneaky twat who wants to try and get in here to wrangle money out of us. He doesn't even know anything about anime. I do. Go on then. Tell us one thing about anime. See? He doesn't even know one thing. I do know, I just, can't remember at the moment. Family Guy? You're a fucking liar. Tony, if he joins this group, I'm leaving. He's just been skulking around like the rat that he is, looking for ways to get money again. I guarantee you, he'll just sit there, constantly talk about raising money for activities, and then asking if he can be in charge of the money.
Look, Deacon, if he doesn't know anything about anime, that's fine. That's a good thing. He can still join and he can learn about it. I don't get why you hate him so much.
I just fucking told you. But I guess that's it then. You've made your mind up. Just know though, when he's fleeced you all, I'm the one that fucking told you.
Anyway, go on Pat, sit down. We were just talking about animes to watch before the next meeting.
I tell you what, I can mail you a list of some famous ones to watch so you can get into it more.
Thanks.
That's a really good idea, Kate.
I was going to say as well, if we are doing membership fees for this place, I'm more than happy to volunteer, be in charge of the money.
Scrum boys, first 15 ball. In and out, Rich, in and out. Greg, get on with it, man. Hold it there, Greg, hold it there. Good practice today, my boys. Bloody good practice. You worked really well. Just remember, mind, we fucking lose against Stradiga, I'll whip your shorts down and bum the lot of you. And I won't even take you in the showers either. I'll be out in the pitch in front of everyone. And it's not an idle threat either. Last time we lost was in 02. You just go and ask those boys that played. The ones that didn't kill themselves anyway. They'll tell you. I haven't got time for a band of useless cunts. What do you do with cunts? You fuck 'em. Now go on. All of you go.
Piss off.
Hey, Rich. Everything alright though,
Yeah, why?
Oh, just, all things considering, like.
What are you on about? What do you mean?
Well, third time now, Kate hasn't come to watch you practice.
She's at that cartoon club with Tony.
Tony? Can't see how you're coping with her, Rich. There's some fat cunt was trying to get into my missus' knickers. I saw him why I'm one of the hardest boys in the college, like.
Nothing's going to happen. She told me he's harmless anyway.
Aye, but Rich, we're the hardest kids in the college. All the boys are talking about it. Wondering why you're letting that little fat cunt spend all that time with Kate.
Who's been saying that?
Well, everyone. Come on, why don't we wait around for him and you can bust his fucking fat fucking cunting face in, like?
What were they saying about me?
Well, just reckon you must be scared of him or something, Like.
I'm not scared of him. He's a fucking Mars bar.
That's what I'm trying to tell him. But the longer you stand back and do nothing, the more they're going to say it is. You know me, bud. I know you got nothing to worry about.
Right, well, look, I need to take a dump. I'll think about this when I'm on the bog.
We're the hardest kids in the college.
Jazz! Jazz, can you hear me? Come on! Jazz!
Fucking hell!
What is it, Blev? What's happening? Look, just calm down. Look, if he's only just eating him, he might still be okay. I'll go get her a stick now.
What the fuck's a stick gonna do, Pete?
Hiya, lovely boy. Are you alright?
Ma'am?
All done now. This nice boy who was there gave me a lift back. I wouldn't have usually done it, but I was missing my cornflakes so much. I think that's been the longest I've been apart from him.
Well, go in the cabin over there. He's just in my office having a kip. I'll bring him now.
Oh, look at that snake. That's peculiar.
He's mine. He's just having a lie down on the grass.
His tummy. That's a very familiar shape.
He's just a fat snake. I just give him a joint of beef over there now.
Cornflake? Oh my God! That monster's eaten my baby!
Ma'am, come on. I can explain.
Everything's gone black. Everything. I can't see. Oh my God! I'm having another stroke. Bleeding! Get help! The doctor told me I had to avoid anything stressful.
Beaten. Go grab your shit and fuck off. You're fucking done, Beat. Alan Mark too, you cunt. Sacked. Don't come back here ever again.
Blev, I'm fucking sorry, but I just blinked and he was gone and...
I said fuck off. Mom!
Oh, I've nothing left to live for. Oh,
What about me?
That new girl Sonia seems nice.
Yeah, she didn't say much though.
I think she's just shy. She seemed to know a lot about anime.
Yeah, mainly One Piece though. That's a bit too normy for me. I'm more of a Bleach guy.
I think she has a thing for you.
Nah, I don't think she did. I'm way too fat and ugly for someone to be attracted to.
Don't be stupid. You're such a great guy, and you have an amazing personality. Tony, you're such a great friend.
Thanks, Kate, but I don't know if Sonia really is my cup of tea though. To be honest, I mean, she's cool, but I sort of have my eyes on someone else.
Oh, really? What's her name? Or his?
Well, I was wanting to... Wait a minute. What do you mean, his?
You're bi, aren't you?
No, I only like girls. Why do you think I'm bi?
I must have just heard from,
No, I only like girls. I mean, yeah, I know I watched that yaoi that one time, but that was mainly for the story.
see, it was practically necking her then, Rich. Come on, let's go knock that little fat cunt out. I'm raging over this.
I don't know, I think they're just talking.
Oh, you not see then? I am, and she ain't even my method. At least drive past and let him know that the hardest boys in the college saw him.
Nah, fuck that. Way too soon.
What do you mean it's too soon?
I mean, I'm going to play the long game for a bit. Think something up.
Think something up?
Oh, I like the sound of that. That's right. Go about your day, you arrogant fat cunt. Smiling. You'll be smiling on the other side of your fat round head by the end of the day, you fat cunt. Where the boys? Where the other boys in the car? The boys in the car.
Here we are. Good stuff. Right, so that art style, it's already established. We already know what the sort of the characters and the animations and everything are going to look like. So we need to just sort of go over the characters that we do have, which gives us something to work from. We have the, I want to just go through this episode here. We'll make some notes as we go along, just so we can sort of elaborate on that. Now, obviously, it is in Vale. Vale is a real place. Let me just bring it up here. It's in the heart of the South Wales valleys. So, if I just go back to the beginning here, we've got, I can't remember half the names just because I'm bad with names as it is, but we can use these at the end. Get a notebook Alright, so we got Adam. We need to try and grab all of these here. So I'll just mute that. Right, so first off, now we are going to be using even the sounds. We have inspiration for that too. Okay, what else have we got? Damn. Awesome. Cool. So if we pop, so over here, I did just write a sort of a quick overview of what I was looking for. So I'll just read through this now, just so you have an idea of where we're going to be going with it. And then I'll conceptualize that in Paint. And what we've done is we have this up here. So there's going to be a lot of reading together, a lot of talking. And as you know, because this is an open development, let me get the music back on actually. I found out how to put the Spotify stream back on the bottom right. I just crop the Spotify down to a window down there. So let's get this started. What do I play? Here we go. Some funky jazz, why not? Okay, so actually what I'll need as well up here, just in case anyone joins the stream, is the chat, which is where is it? How do I bring up the stream on my other window? There we go. Oh, amazing. I've been streaming for 25 minutes and we have 3 spams. I think I'll just hide those. Move. I don't want any naked, cheap sex or dating. Amazing. I'd much rather people actually watch this, but there we go. So, as you know, it is about the Vale. So I just want to go over the basic idea of where we're going to be starting with the design for this. So the Vale video game is focused on the Vale series of comedy episodes in its brilliant cast of characters and the setting, of course, Vale. The Vale video game will centre around the journeys of the dad of Tony, called Beaton, as he tries to make it home from the pub. Now, Beaton, did I close it down? Oops, I closed it down. No, oh no, did I? Yeah, I closed it down for some reason. Series 2, Episode 1. Okay, so we'll just pop this out. Okay, so that didn't quite work as I wanted. So Beaten is this dude. That's Beaten. It's just I just love all the characters in this thing. So yeah, so as he tries to make it home from the pub, as the dad, called Beaten, walks home through Evervale, he goes through different stories presented in a way as though it was films that he's watched in the past that he likes, or even just music inspiration, or anything that takes from this guy's character. Even though Tony is essentially for some reason I think he's the main character, but Beaten is who we're going to be sort of focusing on, and we'll have little bits of Tony in there as well. He goes through different stories presented in the way of films he's watched. Primarily, the game will be split into the map, which is then which the player can walk around, and as he moves to different locations, levels will start. When the dad comes across other townsmen or locations, you know, so think of it like an overworld, where you have an overriding map. Here we go. So let's just conceptualize this a little bit. So if you imagine we have a map with sort of locations and people. Let's just do a couple of these. So that's a location there. That's another location. So this is really rough, of course. Let's control Z that. So our guy starts up in the pub, which is the beginning, and as he walks through, he might come across a location. When he reaches that location, he will then trigger a level. Now, the level itself, the map, will be of a sort of rendition of the Evervale, which is from the Vale, which will then rendition again. So, so you can see these dots here. That's the trail. I really don't like this. Let's turn the anti-aliasing off. It's better. So, as you reach certain points in the overworld map, so this is probably one of the main screens that you'll be traveling along. Oh, hang on. Cool. Oh. Sorry, a message. Yeah, so you trigger a level. Now, the levels themselves are basically these long levels like so, and it's a bit like Streets of Rage. So you've got the start, a midpoint, and an end. Now, our guy Beaten, as you know, starts in the pub, so we'll have a little level just starting there where it's going to be shorter, but the levels then themselves, we just reduce the brush width one. So the levels will be representative of different areas and locations in the Vale, but on a side-scrolling sort of idea. So just finish that there. Oh, hang on. Yeah, make sure everything's okay there. Right, we'll just have a bit with it. There's a tree. I don't know, in a bench. So, Streets of Rage was basically fought on the streets. Now, that once you initiate one of these sort of locations, it will initiate one of these levels. Now, in these levels, you will have activities, which is mainly just fighting. The premise of the game is that you're going to be basically fighting your way home because obviously you're drunk, you're blind drunk, you don't know what you're doing. And because it's in the styles of whatever inspiration he's got, each level will have different styles of characters. So you'll have ones which are robots, say. You'll have ones which are medieval. I don't know. We'll flesh out all of that stuff later on. But these are pre-placed characters on the level, So these are sort of like the grunts. And they'll have different weapons, they'll have different power-ups, they'll have different sort of abilities. In the midpoint, there'll be a super badass guy. And interspersed with, we're always running work. I like to do things in threes. So in each level, we'll have a small, a medium, easy difficulty, medium, and then a hard. And then we'll have sort of a bigger boss, which will be harder than we'll balance it to be harder than sort of the hard difficulty guys, you know, enemies, and then at the end there'll be some sort of big boss as well. And each level will pretty much comprise of the same stuff. So there is a map as well. I was thinking, just do we need a map? Because this is basically a map. So we'll work out sort of where the camera is going to be placed, because it could be just around the player as you're moving around, or it would have the whole map and you are quite literally just going around. I think having it just centered around the player, so that you're discovering the map as you go, and then maybe we could have some way of zooming out. So maybe you could scroll out or zoom out, and then you'll have basically the whole map in like a smaller form that you can actually see the whole thing in, you know. So this could be our map. This is the overworld, and then this is the level. As well, because it's the Vale, and there are lots of different areas in the Vale. Each one of these houses, so this is a level that's on the streets, but you could also find that there'll be these houses sort of just dotted around the place, like so. That may not have a level in front of them, but they will have some sort of indicator that allows you to go into the levels. So along with having the level, and you'll find lots of like little Easter eggs, little bits that'll just go with the story. Think about this here. So we have an indoor environment here. Now we could use that type of environment. If I just screenshot this, pop it in here. So we could have the player have the ability to go into each of the houses as well. Okay, now that'll just be some extra context. You might find some power-ups, you might find some extra items, some health, who knows. So as you can see, that's sort of a little bit of a conceptual version of what this could be. Just there we are, nice and easy. So let's take this, pop it into here just for now. Okay, let's carry on. So primarily the game will be split into the map, which the player can walk around, and as he moves to different locations, levels will start when the dad comes across other townsmen. These levels are side-scrolling action fighting games. These are split into 3 primary sections: the scrolling movement with the fighting, a middle boss, and an ending boss. When the player finishes a level, the real world is shown, and what Beaton thought was a cool action movie turns out to be him hallucinating, and he leaves a trail of destruction in his wake. I think that means finishes the game. So it's more of like a reveal. I mean, obviously you guys will know what's happening, but anyone who isn't part of the game or this series won't know the true meaning of what's happening. The map will start intact, but by the end, Ebervale will be shown to be destroyed by Beaton's endeavours. Also, Beaton will gain abilities and armour as he progresses. The village will bring out more tougher and people to try and take him down. And we're talking like the army, police, who knows. But what that means is that you have an escalation from the start to the end of the game. This isn't going to be an 8-hour epic. We're talking an hour, maybe something like that to finish the whole thing. But it's about the replayability. So you're discovering different locations. Maybe first play you'll just see 1 or 2 locations. Maybe by the end you'll see a lot more, or upon second or third playthrough. The levels can be chosen in any order. The more you do, the more powerful the character becomes and the more story you unlock. It's possible to do just several levels and get home quickly, but you will not become any more powerful than several maps and you'll miss out on more story. To fully complete the game, the player would need to take the longest route possible, and this is a bit of a riff on being drunk and taking longer to get home. Sometimes you just go on your own little adventures when you're drunk. That's not a parody of me in Paris the other day. I did that for real. I didn't do any fighting or yeah, it did take me a while but to get back to my hotel room, that's for sure. Yes, I was very drunk. To further engage the players, they can enter any of the buildings on the maps too, which shows Easter eggs from the show. Obviously, as Beaton is drunk, he's actually just breaking and entering into people's houses. Now, when you do enter the house, you can get some items, you might get a special unlock, but what you are actually doing is adding to some sort of we'll need to think of some sort of mechanic where we have a like a wanted level. So you start, if you imagine like let's get a new one up. So it's going to be some sort of wanted level. So as you're playing, this could increase. So your wanted level could increase as you progress, as you complete more stories and more Easter eggs and houses and everything. But you are actually making your character stronger, and you're seeing more difficult enemies. So the risk and reward that you see then helps. We're trying to create a flow, so we're trying to get the difficulty curve of the game in line with the exploration and the game time that you're playing. So if you just quickly breeze through the game with a really low wanted level, it's not going to be very interesting. You'll get bored. It'll take 5 minutes. But if you're exploring and if you're engaging with the game more and more, you're going to get more out of it, basically. So I wrote this a couple of months back. I've been very busy, but cool. Okay, so that was just a quick sort of rundown of what I have so far and what we're using as inspiration. So let's just go through Unity and try and flesh this out now. So let's bring this back in. I will be coming up with the mechanics. Now don't forget, we are going to be talking about the audio production, the sound, the AI, the maps, the core concepts. You know, you've got the characters, the story, the progression, all of these things we're going to be fleshing out during the project planning phase. We will be prototyping some of the game mechanics, and we will be creating the game in Unity as we go along when we come up with an idea. But as I say, today's just a lot of talking and a lot of words, just so we can start to get this all down in writing, basically on paper. So let's go back to this. So this is the formal part of what we're doing. Project management and teamwork are often referred to as soft skills for design and development roles. Although project management can get technical, and there are several different project management methodologies you might encounter, it primarily takes teamwork, including communication and organization skills, to be a good project manager. So the tools that we have to our disposal are things like Teams and Office 365 and SharePoint. So you have collaborative working. I mean, there are Google versions of these, but for my businesses, I just have licenses, so I tend to use them anyway. So they're available to me. I don't need to go down the free route, as it were. I can just, anyone that I can bring on, I just chuck on a couple of quid onto a license, and then I give them a license and an email address and all the tools that they require. We are going to be creating a lot of the game though in free open source tools. It just occurred to me that we're going to have to we were learning, but as we move into the production side of it, we'll have to think of the license that we use for this. Shall we check that out quickly? So let's see what we can and can't do. Unity license. So compare personal free. Start creating with the free version of Unity. Okay, so are we able to? Can you create commercial games with free Unity license? You can create and sell a game with the free version without paying royalties or revenue share. I don't believe that. I want to give them something back. I'm hoping that by going through all of this course, it's enough. If you're a freelancer for commercial projects and your gross annual revenue for the previous fiscal year was less than 100,000, now that's more like it, isn't it? I barely make 10 bucks, let alone the 100,000. When was this written? We do everything we can to make our software available to as many people as possible and give it away free of charge to many of you. However, to allow us to continue to maintain and develop the Unity engine to a high professional standard, we charge a license fee to some of our users. If you work for a company with gross annual revenue of less than 100,000 in the previous fiscal year, well, we earn nothing, free of charge. If you work for a charity, education, institution, or other non-commercial entity with gross annual revenue of less than that, free of charge. If you're a hobbyist and not using Unity for commercial work, free of charge. If you're a freelancer using Unity for commercial projects and your gross annual revenue for the previous fiscal year was less than 100,000, free of charge. If you work for an organisation or company with gross annual revenue of more than that, we're fine. Thank God for that. Okay, cool. We haven't got to think about it just yet. Okay, cool. Let's get back to this. Effective project management and teamwork involves clear communication with teammates, clients, and other stakeholders, delivery of a final product to a deadline, a final product or output that satisfies the requirements established for the project and meets the defined goals. In this tutorial, you'll explore some introductory best practices for managing projects and working in teams. Now, I do hope to bring Adam onto the stream when we're ready. We're still sort of just putting some of the basics down. So, but we will be going over some of this with him, just so we can make sure that our milestones are in, the deadlines in, and we're sort of the vision that he wants for this is in line with what we're achieving. So, we've already gone through all of this, but for you guys, we'll sort that out eventually. Recap the phases of production. Individuals, teams, companies, and organizations will each have their particular methods of project management, but generally most projects break down into phases. As you explored when learning about the real-time production cycle, typically the phases of production are pre-prod, the work done before full-scale production begins, such as planning, prototyping, pipeline setup, and initial designs. This is where we are. We're going to be in this for about another 2 months, I think, before we start actually making the first demo of the game. The demo are just having sort of three enemies, 3 bosses, 3 levels, 3 locations, three houses, and then once we're sort of really into the groove of making the video game, we'll then go up to production. Well, even further. We'll just expand the production a bit further. Creation of the product and assets within it, including the creation of the final 2D images and 3D models, audio, lighting, and user experience. Post-production, work done after the final product appears to be complete, including the QA, the quality assurance, editing, testing, bug fixing, and final polishing. Operations, ongoing work after a product has been released to keep it running, such as sales, monetization. 2 seconds. Oh, I've told you I got a cold. That hurt. Oh, cool. Properly planning. Excuse me. Oh, that was a big sneeze. Properly planning for each phase of the production. I can't talk anymore. Yeah, that bit. Okay. Next. 2 moments. I'm gonna go and blow my nose. We're back. Okay, overview of project planning. When working on projects, you need to plan appropriate schedules, manage time, communicate and collaborate. Even if you're working on a project independently, it's likely that you'll be communicating with others at some point in the production process, especially when engaging in user testing. Let's explore some guidance for successfully completing and delivering projects. As I can't talk. Oh, it's cold. Okay. Oh, it's not COVID, by the way. I've been tested a couple of times. Documentation and tracking. Documentation plays a critical role in project management. A design document acts as a single source of truth where you can record specific requirements for the experience that you want to create. The design document also supports producers and project managers to track design and development progress. When managing projects consistently, use design documents in the following ways to guide the design and development process. 2 seconds, 2 ticks. Yep. Okay, all good there. Let's see if we got any more chats. Report. Report. Sweet. Okay, they're gone. Oh, we're getting really spammed. Why is that happening? Is that me? Like, what? Look at this. What the hell is that all about? Hide user. Cool. That's really annoying, isn't it? Wait, maybe... It's still going. Anyway. Cool, back to this. I think that's mental. Okay, so overview of project planning. Maybe I'm just going to increase the. No, it's fine. Overview of project planning. When working on projects, you need to plan appropriate schedules, manage time, communicate, and collaborate. Even if you're working on a project independently, it's like you'll be communicating with others at some point in the production process, especially when engaging in user testing. So I've just made an app which has gone through this whole pre-production. We're into alpha stage at the moment, which is it's a supermarket calculator app. But essentially, before it gets released, we're going through all the feedback stages now. So we're going to be sending it out to any users. By the way, if you want to test the app before it's released, just let me know. We just need an email address. We'll send it to you. You test it, you feed it back. Job done. Anyway, let's explore some guidance for successfully completing and delivering projects as an individual or member of a larger team. Documentation plays a critical role in project management. A design document acts as a single source of truth. Have I read this? I think I sneezed. I think I had to do something. Anyway, where you can record the specific requirements for the experience that you want to create. The design document also supports producers and project managers to track design and development. No, I haven't done it this bit. Documentation and tracking. Documentation plays a critical role in project management. A design... Yeah, whatever. Identify the purpose, audience, and goals of your project. Identify the necessary project steps by creating the project plan. Within the project plan, create a timeline with specific deliverables and due dates. Consistently track your milestones in order to produce deliverables and meet deadlines. Assign roles when working in teams and define and prioritize tasks for you and all your teammates. Make sure you and all your teammates are following up and following through on roles. The time management. Effective time management is critical to timely delivery and completion of the project when managing projects. Scope time for each phase. Review your project plan daily. Use contingency planning for any unforeseen delays. Identify which project planning and management tools are suitable. So as I say, we're just going to be using the normal Office 365 stuff. Yeah, it'll be alright. Communication. Without clear communication, collaboration is challenging at best and impossible at worst. We don't want any sort of... We want to create a game which is actually good, so I hope that we'll get there in the end. I just want to double check the volume. 2 seconds. Management tools are suitable. So as I say, we're just going to be using... Yeah. It seems okay. When communicating with others on your project, be clear about your progress. And that was irony, by the way, that I checked the communication of the stream as we were talking about this. Cool. Yeah. Be clear about your progress and any issues that impact the work. Be respectful of others. When critique your work, remain constructive. Just don't be a dick. Be open to feedback yourself by actively listening and engaging with the person delivering the feedback. Cool. I mean, this is all just really common sense stuff, really. So even if you're completing a project for personal development or fun, when working with others, it's important to respect them and have a professional attitude to your work. I don't really have a professional attitude, but I do respect people, so that's okay. Be punctual. Promptly reply to collaborators, peers, and clients. No, I will be honest, I haven't been very punctual. There's been a lot of procrastination because it's a big project and I've had so many websites, so many repairs to get through that, and I work as well. So even though this is sort of my dream, is to make video games more than do any of the other works, yeah, it's been difficult the last couple of months. But we've been plodding along. We've been getting there. We've done season 1. We're into season 2, and you're here with us now, sort of just going through season 3. This project part of it. Anyway, yeah, it's listen to others' opinions, actively engage. That's fine. In the pre-production phase, at the start of the project, design documents are created to help define and scope what you're going to create. These documents include game design documents, target user personas, project charters, and tech specs. Cool. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, it's one of those. Fair enough. Okay. So yeah, it's basically like a business case, more or less, a quick one. Cool. Design documents it's going to tell us. Cool. Yeah, let's just keep going. Design documents contain the blueprint for your project. They include high-level overviews, for example, an overall project vision in the game or experience design document, requirements and standards for particular pipelines in the project, detailed design specifications for particular features. In your high-level design document, you should identify the goal and purpose of the project, the intended users and audience, key features for the project, and the final form of delivery. A design document can include diagrams, flowcharts, sketches, inspirational images from similar projects. Oh, that's what I was going to do. So in the future, because this is only episode 1, we're going to be continuing with this. We're just going to do a lot of talking today, but when we're getting into the meat of actually writing the things, we're going to be doing all this live on stream. So we're going to be taking these sort of templates and making them into our own. And we're going to be writing and going along with the thought processes and making sure that each of the elements are actually thought through. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop soon because I'm finding it really hard to breathe. So we'll just go through design document and project chart, this sort of part here, and then we'll call it then for today. Yeah, we're going to have to because yeah, it's getting hard to breathe. So if you don't really have a design document, you can download a PDF of the design document template from the materials section, or you can make a Google document copy. So that's what we've got here. Project charters. Once a design document has been approved and the project is greenlit to be produced, a project charter is useful, especially when you're working in a team. This is a formal document that describes the entire project, including the project objectives, how it will be carried out, and who the stakeholders are. The project charter is used in both pre-production and production phases. You can download a PDF version of an example project charter in the materials section. Now, we will be creating this as well. Obviously, Adam is our stakeholder. We are beholden to him. He is the man that will say yes or no, I don't like that, or yes, I do like that. If he wants to delegate any of that work to someone else as well, just to help him out, because I know he's a busy guy, just like I am, that's totally fine. So that's all good. The project charter usually includes reasons for the project, objectives and constraints, the main stakeholders, the risks identified, the benefits of the project, and the general overview. Now, I will just go over the benefits for a second because obviously as he's going along, he's creating these episodes, and what I want to do is use this platform, this Let's Play, Make, Teach and Learn, to sort of slowly grow an audience as we're going along, which will then feed into his audience, because as you know, we're watching each episode on each stream, and that's a great benefit, not just for myself but for him as well, because we're then building up a new skill in making sure that we've got the workflows for the game engine. So when we come up with new concepts, how do we get from you know, the actual conceptual stage all the way through to having it into the production piece. So we're going to be refining that as we go along. Now, doing it on stream, it adds a little bit of pressure onto it, but it means that we can have bite-sized chunks. We know what we're doing in each sort of stream. We know what we're looking at. We know what's coming up. And you guys are learning as I'm learning as we go along. So it's going to benefit all of us. I really like this sort of overview of the budget. Yeah, we probably won't have much of a budget if at all, but that's fine. Depending on your project, you may need to create additional supporting documents during the pre-production phase to help you scope and plan for production. You can iterate on these documents throughout pre-production and production as needed. These include technical documentation. This includes documents that specify the architecture. Meeting notes, if you're working in a team, it's always good to have meeting notes. And the proposal or pitch document. Now, once we've done the demonstration, this is where we're going to be going into something a bit more interesting, because we would have gone through, using this series, we can build up a portfolio, we can start to put a proposal together. Our pitch document will then have the YouTube series. We can go to a company, we can say, can you provide us with the funds or the teams or the resources or the experience or, you know, whoever, to help push this demo into a fully fledged game. Now, depending on who we have, it is a bit of a risk that at that point they may change the vision, but we could do the whole thing ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. I could fund it myself, you know. So I'm not worried about that anyway. And besides, for now, it's just me and you guys. I'm just making the thing on my own for now. But I do have contacts that we will be bringing in later on. I'm gonna have to leave it there for today because I'm getting a bit of a headache. We've gone through a lot. We've gone through sort of a basic overview of the game itself. Again, this is all open. I really don't think I need to worry about plagiarism or anything. We could see sort of an overview of what we're planning to do, and you know, some of the mechanics that we're going to be employing. We'll be putting those into the documents, fleshing them out. I'm going to find a way that I can have a sketch from paper, take a photo of it, upload it into the thing. So because what I really want to do is have some sort of webcam that that is pointed towards the drawing. Let's just chuck these characters in a sec. Just we get them locked in. We will then also just be defining the levels. So we'll be going through each of the episodes, picking different locations, which is good inspiration for us on what we need. Anyway, let's save that. So, anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. It's been good. I really enjoyed this session. I hope you have too. Sorry about the cold, but there we go. And I hope you